2017 kicks off in Paradise with the SBS Tournament of Champions, and the name says it all. A field showcasing the best in the game.
Wire-to-wire champion Jason Day, 2016 Players Champion.
Dustin Johnson will win the U.S. Open.
A major champion for the first time, Jimmy Walker.
And many new faces are set to make their Kapalua debut.
There he is! Wow!
Jordan Spieth has won the Tournament of Champions.
It's a 32-man field, and they're all winners. The PGA Tour returns this week, and we get you set for it right now on Golf Central.
Golf Central. Brought to you by Titleist.
The tee times are out, and reigning Sanderson Farms champ Cody Gribble will have the honor of hitting the very first tee shot of 2017 on the PGA Tour. Gribble begins the SBS Tournament of Champions at 3:20 Eastern Time on Thursday, playing alongside RSM Classic champ Mackenzie Hughes. The holidays are officially over, and it's back to work for most of us here in the States. We have a lot to get to tonight. Glad to have you with us on Golf Central. I'm Lisa Cornwell. We begin with the 2017 PGA Tour kickoff in Maui. Todd Lewis is reporting for us all week at Kapalua. He joins us live with some information on two of the biggest names and also two of the biggest hitters in the game. Aloha, Todd.
Aloha, Lisa. One of those big hitters you're talking about, Dustin Johnson, who was coming off his career year in 2016. He was named PGA Tour Player of the Year and, of course, won his very first major championship, taking the U.S. Open at Oakmont. Dustin was out early this morning, teeing off at 7 a.m. as he's done many times here before. He finished his 18-hole round in 2.5 hours. His goal today to absorb as much information about this golf course after this course has absorbed a lot of moisture. It rained nearly 10 inches in the month of December here at Kapalua. Johnson is making his 7th start here in the SBS Tournament of Champions. That's more than any other player in the field. I asked him today, is that experience beneficial to you this week?
I've played this course a lot, so I know the course pretty well. This year it's a little bit different though than any year I've ever played. It's really soft. I don't think I've ever played this golf course when it's been this soft. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously, the more times you play a golf course, the more comfortable you get. So, it's a golf course I like. I've had some success here, so I'm looking forward to this week. Coming off a great year in 16, I'm looking forward to 17 and obviously hopefully having another great year. And I feel like the golf game's in really good shape. I've had some nice time off, so it's time to get back to practicing and working on the game pretty hard again.
And Dustin Johnson won here on the Plantation course in 2013. That same year, Bubba Watson finished 5th. And that's been his highest finish at the SBS Tournament of Champions, which is a little surprising considering he is long off the tee and has a great imagination. Now, Bubba is known as one of the most colorful players on the PGA Tour, and this year, no exception. As a matter of fact, he's added color, a pink golf ball. You see, Bubba signed a multi-year contract to play the Volvic S4 golf ball. Then, yes, it is colored pink. It also comes in white, and it has been approved by the USGA. Bubba has a pink driver. Now he has the golf ball to match, and I asked him why he decided to switch the color on his golf ball.
We've been playing a colored golf ball, our whole lives. White is a color, and so for me, it was finding a ball that I liked, that I could do the things that I was looking for. As I get older, I got to get more consistent. I got to get more consistent off the tee, more consistent with my irons, so I can have better scores. And so, but then when you look at it from the other standpoint of growing the game of golf, why not have fun with it? And this company has already done it. Volvic has already done it. They've already created it. They made a tour level ball that's colored. And so why would you not want to do that and try to grow the game a different way? When it comes to junior golf and all the things that I do in Pensacola, it's easy. It's an easy sell for the kids to want to play golf. The American version is a blue pearl. I call it with pink sparkles. And so there is a white one out there. That's the blue pearl, but I just got the pink one this week. It just got USGA approval, and so I've been testing it for the last couple of days. But there's a lime green one that I really want to try. It kind of matches your shirt there. But and then I'm gonna just switch it up. One day play this color, one day play that color, and just have fun with it. And again, that's what I'm trying to do, is just have fun with the game of golf again, and letting the other kids see it and hopefully enjoy it and want to play golf.
And again, the pink golf ball and the white pearl, or the blue pearl rather, the white version of the Volvic golf ball have been approved by the USGA. And you heard Bubba talk about he wants to play a lime green version. That is still waiting to be approved by the USGA, along with a red colored golf ball. That is waiting to be approved by the USGA. And if both get approved, Bubba said he will play all of those colors. So that'll be very interesting to watch over the coming months. And in regards to why he hasn't played well, Bubba said he hasn't played well here because he hasn't really putted well, because these greens sometimes are difficult to read due to the grain in these greens. But maybe switching the golf ball will change that, and Lisa, Bubba will be pretty in pink, at least on the scorecard.
Bring some of those home for us, Todd. We'll use them next time we tee it up. Thanks a lot. Well, the last time we saw Jason Day in competition, he withdrew from the Tour Championship with a back injury. That was in September. But Day says he's in good shape now and ready to make his return in the SBS Tournament of Champions.
I feel like, you're always trying to say, I feel good and I'm past it. But, with back injuries, I think there's you probably look at it, there's probably 90% of the players have some sort of back injury or back symptom that could possibly pop up at any time. You can't say that you're obviously clear, but you're optimistic about what's going on and what you're doing. And the second thing was the swing got a lot longer last year. So it got a lot longer. There was a lot more turn in my upper body than I really have had in the past. And there's a lot more speed there. So there's, if you have a lot more turn, a lot more speed, and then unwinding, it's a lot more violent through the ball, and that can obviously wreak havoc on your back as well. But I feel good. I'm not saying that you're obviously clear and I'm out of the woods, but I'm definitely cautiously optimistic about how things are progressing.
Time to welcome in these young men, Trip Eisenhower, Tim Rosefort. Good to hear. What? You
That's
are
me.
A young man. Did hot yoga today? Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
It's good to hear that he's in good health. He says that he's cautiously optimistic, that being Jason Day. Rosie, 44 weeks overall as world number 143 consecutively. Ball striking has been fantastic, but the putter has really led him there.
What's really done it for him is this incredible run of golf, the way he's nursed that back injury, and allowed him to make some putts that's really defined him over the course of the last couple of years. But if you look at it, it's 103 days since we've seen him in competition. He's been busy at home in Ohio, working on the protocols designed by Dr. Jim Bradley of Pittsburgh, works for the Steelers, and also his day-to-day guy, Cornell Dreesen. And as Bradley told me today, he's just absolutely worked his you-know-what off to get to this point, to actually play the type of golf at 29 now already. 282 days at number one, quite an achievement. He wants to do it for an entire year. That's what this year is all about. And Trip, you look at the narrative and how we opened the show, and Dustin Johnson, it was no doubt his year. How close it was, though, to being Jason Day's year. You think about the eagle he makes on the 72nd hole of the PGA Championship at Baltusrol, and in making Jimmy Walker make that putt, or else they're in a playoff, and who knows what's going to happen then. Then we're maybe talking about back-to-back player of the years for Jason Day.
Yeah, and a healthy Jason Day. I mean, that's the thing. Yeah. And the key, and Jason's doing everything that he can to take the injury off the table. And he has been injury-prone over the years. That's the one thing, because a healthy Jason Day, he really does have no weakness across his games. And I'm going to nitpick just a little bit here. There is one tiny one. His proximity to the hole. You look at his numbers, he's 166 last year in proximity to the hole. You say, how can you be number one in the world if you're not hitting the ball close? Well, he's the best putter by miles outside of 15 feet. In fact, from 15 to 25 feet, he makes a putt 1 out of every 5 times. And outside of 25 feet, he makes a putt 1 out of every 10 times outside of 25 feet. And last year, he was the first player ever to make 3 putts outside of 70 feet. So you don't need to hit it close if you're Jason Day, but everything else about him, he's got speed, he's got power. I would say if they wanted to get on the proximity numbers at all, I would look at maybe working on off speed just a little bit so you can hit some 3/4 shots and get focus on hitting flag high, because it's not that he's missing wide right or left, it's that he's missing long and short quite a bit, and that's why his proximity numbers are off. But again, I'm nitpicking here because his game is so solid all the way around. Let's hope he stays healthy, because it would be wonderful to watch him, DJ, and Rory McIlroy battling it out for this #1 position.
And just quickly, you think shortening the swing will help with those proximity of the hole numbers?
Well, on your irons, just going off speed just a little bit. I think that's the key.
All right, Jason Day, Bubba Watson, and defending champ Jordan Spieth headline a winners-only field in Hawaii. Our coverage of the SBS Tournament of Champions begins Thursday at 5 p.m. on Golf Channel and continues Saturday at 4 Eastern on NBC. On the women's side, world #1 Lydia Ko is enjoying some extended time away. She's skipping the LPGA season opener in the Bahamas and won't begin her season until mid-February in Australia. But just because she isn't competing doesn't mean she won't be hard at work. At the top of her list, getting used to her new clubs thanks to a new deal with PXG she told us about earlier today.
I'm really thrilled. Obviously, there were a lot of, I think, concerns about, hey, changing equipment, changing everything apart from my name. But, to me, it's so exciting. I'm so proud and honored to be, part of the PXG troops. And, when I really tried the clubs, I said, wow, and, it's actually quite hard to do that when you haven't really even played that much with those clubs. So I thought the forgiveness factor was huge, and I really like him, and I'm excited to kind of put them in play in tournament conditions.
Matt Adams, our expert of everything, but you've also become sort of this golf business insider. So the strategy behind PXG, because this company is signing all sorts of folks right now.
What's interesting, though, is for this year, they're only signing LPGA players because they look at the LPGA as a global tour and they want to expand on a global basis. But earlier today, I also had an opportunity to speak to Lydia Ko because I wanted to find out, why would a player that's had the success that she's had 5 top 3s in majors, she's won 2, she's won 14 times on the LPGA, why would you change equipment? And she said to me, and I'm going to quote this, it was interesting, where she said she was amazed by the ball flight and their performance. She specifically noted, Lisa, both the forgiveness and the wow factor, her words, not mine, when she tried out this equipment. And she said, interestingly enough, for someone as young as she is to have this perspective, she said it wasn't a business decision. It was truly about her constantly striving to get better.
She seemed excited when I talked to her, so we will see. Matt, thank you very much. We'll talk to you a little bit later. Much more also from Lydia Ko later in the show. We discuss some other major changes she's made and what she's hoping to get out of those decisions this season. Plus, our top 17 players to watch in 2017. The countdown continues. The expected impact these players will have on the game in the year ahead. You're watching Golf Central.
Golf Central is brought to you by the new Titleist NXT Tour and NXT Tour S. Innovation that matters. The Hawaiian Islands. Visit gohawaii.com/golf.